morning. Today is November the 5th of 2024, and this is the regularly scheduled monthly meeting of the Alabama Public Service Commission. For the record, the public was notified of today's meeting by notice dated September the 25th of 2024. Thank you all so much for being with us. We have a bright new building, and it's a little bit brighter than normal, I think, and everything looks so clean, so you all look so pretty this morning. Thank you for being here. Please, if you will, turn your personal devices off or to vibrate so as not to disrupt the meeting. And I'll do my best to remind you to turn them back on when the meeting is over. And as is customary, one commissioner gets to bring a friend in to offer the prayer and pledge. And today it is Commissioner Chris Beaker's opportunity to introduce a special guest of his, but a friend to the commissions.
I'm very excited to introduce my first guest. He's a good friend of ours, Commissioner Rick Pate, who grew up working on his family's cattle and poultry farm in Lowndes County. Because of his roots in agriculture, he studied ornamental horticulture and received his bachelor's degree in 1978 from Auburn University's College of Agriculture. Growing up on a farm, running a business and cattle operation, and serving as the mayor of a small town of Lounsboro. Rick Pate was elected Commissioner of Agriculture and Industries in 2018, was re-elected in 2022. During the commissioner's term as Agriculture Commissioner, he has brought back Alabama numerous programs and funding such as the CARES Act money, Local Food Purchasing Agreement, a healthy, You Healthy Farm, Sweet Grown Alabama, Alabama Farm to School program, and more. Rick has been married to his wife, Julie, since 1989. They have two sons, Richard and James. Thank you, Commissioner Pate, for being with us today.
We're excited. I'm going to do it at a new location.
Stand up for the prayer. All right, well, good. I don't want to break with any traditions. I won't talk long then, so that you're all understand. I will tell you one story that Jeremy and Twinkle and I shared. I don't know what their experience was, but we were all three plus three congressmen invited to meet Trump when he flew into Montgomery for that speech, and I'll never forget it. So I don't know what the congressman said and what he said to them, but as he turned to me, and I said to him, which I thought was appropriate, hey, Robert, I said, hi, my name's Rick Pate, I'm Commissioner of Ag for the state of Alabama, and he looks at me and says, of course you are, and then he was gone. And so my chance to change the free world came and went. But anyway, it's a thrill to be here. I've now been to Red Mass to see the Supreme Court Justice and seen a PSC meeting, so I'm checking boxes every day. But I'm thrilled to be here, and I hope y'all are having as much fun as I am as Commissioner Ag. But anyway, if you'll bow with me. Dear God, we just come to you today humbling ourselves and just ask your blessing on this nation. We know you're in charge of the ultimate victory, and we just ask you to lift us up. Let this be a positive time for our country. Bless these three individuals, Jeremy, Twinkle, and Chris, and give them wisdom to make great decisions. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. All right. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well, before our next meeting, we have first Veterans Day, and so if we have any veterans here today, if you stand, we'd like to acknowledge you. Thank you all, we truly appreciate your service. And then, moving through the month of November, obviously it's Thanksgiving, and we all have so much to be thankful for, but I'd just like to wish everyone a very happy Thanksgiving. And now we will move on to the approval and the adoption of the minutes. Do I have a motion to approve our October 1, 2024 PSC meeting?
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Cavanaugh.
Yes.
Commissioner Oden.
Yes.
Commissioner Bicker.
Yes.
With there being no old business to bring before the commission, we will move on to the new business here at the commission. And we will begin with our Public Service Commission monthly reports. Beginning with Utility Services Division, represented by Mr. Jeff Johnston, our Divisional Director.
Good morning, Commissioners. Today I'll be presenting the agenda for the Utility Services Division, beginning with the Consumer Services Report for gas and electric inquiries for Alabama Power, Spire Alabama, and Spire Gulf. Their numbers were consistent with this time of year from.
Could we just remove the microphone and you just talk really loud? Would that work?
Okay, I'll just move away a little bit.
Okay.
Are consistent with this time of year from previous years. For telecommunications, for basic service, we had 2. For other retail services, there were 1. Referred inquiries were 10, for a total of 15. Moving to the gas agenda, under docket 18046 and 18328, Spire Alabama, Inc., Division Report on Rate RSE as of September 30, 2024. Based on preliminary figures at point of test, the RSE return on average common equity for the fiscal year ending September 30, 2024 was 10.06%, which is above the authorized range. As a result, rates will be reduced by $3,978,231 effective December 1st, 2024 to reflect the adjustment under the normal operation of rate RSE. The preliminary indication is that the company ended the rate year 2024 below the cost control measurement range. Under docket 28101, Spire Gulf, Inc., Division Report on Rate RSE as of September 30, 2024. Again, based on preliminary figures at point of test, the RSE return on average common equity was 9.88%, which is within the range, so it will result in no change to rates. The preliminary indication is that the company ended the rate year within the cost measurement range. Under docket 18046 and 18328, Spire Alabama, Inc., application for approval to suspend the operation of the Accelerated Modernization or AIM program for the rate year 2025. We recommend approval.
So moved. Yes.
Under docket U5209, Spire Alabama, Inc., application for approval of an amendment to the Special Services Agreement with Loas North America of Alabama, LLC in Montevallo. We recommend approval.
So moved. Yes.
Under docket U5472, it's an application for approval of a Special Services Agreement with Loas North America of Alabama, LLC at O'Neill. We recommend approval.
Second.
Under docket U 5473, Spire Alabama Inc., application for a special services agreement with Carmuse Lime and Stone Inc. We recommend approval.
So moved. Yes.
And the last item under the gas agenda, U 5475, Spire Gulf Inc., application for approval to record a regulatory asset associated with the new pipeline and related facilities. We recommend approval.
Second. Yes.
Yes.
Moving to the telecommunications agenda, I have two interconnection agreements that I'll take together if that's okay. Under docket U 5471, Bell South Telecommunications LLC, doing business as AT&T Alabama or AT&T Southeast, and Unity Fiber Gulfco LLC. Docket U 5474, Brightspeed of Alabama LLC and Brightspeed of Southern Alabama LLC, and Unity Fiber Gulfco LLC. For both, we recommend approval.
So moved. Yes.
I have two amended interconnection agreements. Docket U 4277, Bell South Telecommunications LLC, doing business as AT&T Alabama or AT&T Southeast, and Telepac Networks Inc. And docket U 4548, Bell South Telecommunications LLC, doing business as AT&T Alabama or AT&T Southeast, and TEC of Jackson Inc. We recommend approval on both.
Second. Yes.
The remaining items are for information only, so pending any questions, that concludes my presentation.
Thank you. Next, we have our Gas Pipeline Safety Division, represented by Mr. Jonathan Kimbrell, our Division Director.
Good morning, Commissioners. Today I'll be presenting the gas pipeline safety agenda that was submitted on October 29th for this meeting. The activities of gas pipeline safety will represent for the month of September. During the month of September, we were able to perform 45 inspections, utilizing 107 in-person days. The inspections are as follows. We did 12 standard, 27 construction, 3 public awareness, 1 integrity management, and 2 follow-ups. We were also able to perform 3 operator training sessions with 3 different utility companies, Pickens County, Piedmont Utilities, and Sylacauga Utilities, for plastic fusion. Of the 45 inspections that are shown above, 3 enforcement letters were issued citing 12 non-compliance issues, and 0 non-compliance issues were corrected out during the month of September. For the state, there were 2 reportable state incidents and 0 federal incidents to report. One concerned an offshore pipeline in Mobile Bay. The other was a 10-inch steel transmission main that was damaged during directional boring. That damage occurred with an active locate ticket and marks on the ground, and they struck it anyways. Everything else in my report is miscellaneous. Pending no further questions, that's it for gas pipeline safety.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Next, we have our Utility Enforcement Division, represented by Ms. Amanda Sheehane, our Division Director.
Good morning. You have before you the Utility Enforcement Division's agenda dated October 29th, describing activities performed during September. First, we'll cover the railway safety section. There were 253 defects noted, 24 track defects, and 229 equipment defects, and there were no violations recommended. You'll notice that under the track inspection results, the track miles were really low, but that's because they focused on yards in the state. On page 2, there were 2 incidents reported, a trespasser strike, and a deceased person was found on railroad property. The Railway Safety Administrator attended the Association of State Rail Safety Managers annual meeting and FRA training in Pueblo, Colorado, where he was elected as the FRA District 3 representative and a member of the ASRSM Executive Committee. Moving to the Motor Carrier Services section, vehicle registration numbers and intrastate applications were up while insurance filings were routine for the month. As of September 30th, 93% of Alabama carriers had registered for the 2024 UCR. Also, the 2023 UCR registration closed at the end of September, and we closed out with 96% of Alabama carriers registered. Staff participated in 3 passenger hearings. Also, we held a call with Lyft to discuss issues with how their vehicle inspection forms were being completed by TNC drivers. Staff also participated in a call with Corporal Hodge from the Mobile Police Department to discuss TNC issues, the TNC Act, taxi services, and the Alabama Motor Carrier Act. And pending any questions, that concludes my report.
Thank you. Next, we have our Electricity Division represented by Mr. John Free, our Division Director, and Ms. Patricia Smith, our Utility Analyst Manager.
Good morning, Commissioner. You have before you the Electricity Policy Division's agenda dated October 29, 2024. Ms. Patricia Smith will present the division's monthly update on rates RSE and ECR for Alabama Power Company.
Good morning, Commissioners. The first item on our agenda is the division's monthly report on rates RSE and ECR of dockets 18117, 18416, and 18148. Regarding rate RSE, the staff performed its monthly examination of the books and records of Alabama Power Company and determined return on average retail common equity was 6.27% for the 12 months ending December 31, 2024. This return is based on 9 months of actual data for January through September 2024 and 3 months of budget data for October through December 2024. For rate ECR, the staff performed the regular monthly review of Alabama Power's energy costs for the month of September 2024 and determined an over-recovery of approximately $57 million. Commissioners, this is our report on rates RSE and ECR for the month.
Thank you.
Commissioners, pending any questions that you may have, this completes our report for the month.
Thank you. Next, we have our Legal Division represented by Commission Administrative Law Judges Luke Bentley, Attorney Chad Mason, and will be followed by our Executive Director, Judge John Garner, who will also conclude the legal presentation.
Good morning, Commissioners. I am presenting today for Judge Young. She has 5 items, all are non-confrontational, and I was going to present them together for one vote. First is docket C21060, petition of Tammy G. and Edward L. Chisholm, doing business as Crown Charter Services for cancellation of motor carrier certificate CB115. Motor carrier certificate CB115 was revoked by commission order dated October 1st, 2024 due to petitioner's failure to maintain proper proof of liability insurance coverage. I recommend a reinstatement of motor carrier certificate CB115 for the sole purpose of canceling motor carrier certificate CB115 in good standing and then grant a cancellation as requested. Docket 33492, Alabama Public Service Commission versus all motor carriers who failed to file annual reports for 2023 operations. A hearing was held for all motor carriers who failed to file their annual reports for 2023. I recommend a revocation of all carriers who failed to appear at the show cause hearing, dismissal of all the carriers from the proceeding who have now complied or otherwise shown good cause why they should be dismissed from this proceeding. To the second page of the legal agenda, docket 33437, motor carrier certificate 4142 was issued to Ralph Moving LLC, doing business as Pink Zebra Moving by commission order dated March 6, 2024. Said order also required Pink Zebra Moving to file its tariff, obtain insurance and registration numbers, and properly identify its vehicles. Pink Zebra has failed to make the required filings. I recommend a cancellation on 30 days notice. Docket 33476, motor carrier certificate 4165 was issued to Joyride Company LLC by commission order dated July 8, 2024. Said order also required Joyride to file its tariff, obtain insurance and registration numbers, and properly identify its vehicles. Joyride has failed to make the required filings. I recommend a cancellation on 30 days' notice. And finally, docket C13402, C21033, and 29785. Petition of L&L Trucking LLC for cancellation of motor carrier certificate F3316. L&L also has approval of Cargo Self-Insurance Authority. Motor carrier certificate F3316 was revoked by commission order dated September 10th, 2024 due to petitioner's failure to maintain proper proof of liability insurance. I recommend a reinstatement of motor carrier certificate F3316 for the sole purpose of canceling motor carrier certificate F3316 in good standing, and a grant a cancellation as requested, and a grant a cancellation of the Cargo Self-Insurance Authority.
So moved. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, Commissioners. I have 5 items on the agenda. The first 3 are motor carrier items, so if it's okay, I'll present those 3 together. And I'm starting at the near the bottom of page 2 of the legal agenda. Under docket C21037, petition of Waters Brothers Contractors, Inc. for reinstatement of motor carrier certificates F270 and C2926, which were revoked due to the petitioner's failure to maintain proper proof of liability insurance coverage. I recommend a grant of that petition and reinstatement of the certificates. Under docket C21035, the petition of Omni Transport LLC, doing business as Omni Transport, for reinstatement of motor carrier certificate FMP B79, which was revoked due to the petitioner's failure to maintain proper proof of liability insurance coverage. I recommend grant of that petition and reinstatement of the certificate. And at the top of page 3, docket C20955, petition of Baby Bees Designs and Decor LLC, doing business as Baby Bees Transportation, for reinstatement of motor carrier certificate FMP B119, which was revoked due to the petitioner's failure to maintain proper proof of liability insurance coverage. I recommend grant of the petition and reinstatement of the certificate.
So moved. Yes.
My next item is under docket 33487, American Dark Fiber LLC's application for approval of a certificate of public convenience and necessity to provide telecommunications services in Alabama. After 2 informal requests to reschedule hearings, the applicant was directed to submit a filing that described the scheduling issues and show cause why the commission should keep this application pending rather than dismissing it. The applicant failed to submit this filing by the deadline, but it did informally ask to withdraw the application. I recommend dismissal of the application without prejudice.
So moved. Yes.
My last item starts at the on page 4. It's under docket 33335, investigation proceeding to consider the issuance of a certificate of public convenience and necessity for Eco Preservation Services LLC, and to determine the rates, terms, and conditions of service to be implemented by Eco Preservation. On August 14th, 2023, following a public hearing that was held on May 11th, 2023, the Commission issued an order that granted a certificate to Eco Preservation and established interim sewer rates. That order lowered the residential minimum monthly charge from the pre-regulation rate of $126 to an interim rate of $88.96 per month. It also lowered the commercial minimum monthly charge from $151 to an interim rate of $106.59 per month. In addition, that August 14th, 2023 order extended the investigation to determine Eco Preservation's final rates. As part of the continuing investigation, the Commission directed Eco Preservation to file its proposed final rates and supporting documents. On February 23rd, 2024, after being granted multiple continuances, Eco Preservation filed a petition for approval of tariff revisions, including an increase to monthly sewer rates from the interim rates approved in that August 2023 order. Eco Preservation proposed the rates shown there in the table there. I would say the ones they proposed were for a commercial Class A rate of $138 per equivalent domestic unit, and that's I'll refer to that as EDU, per month, plus surcharges for excess pollutants. And then the same rate for commercial Class B customers and residential customers, that $138.90 per month. Additionally, Eco-Preservation proposed, one, a new rate rider of $12.52 per month to fund a reserve account. Two, adjustments to other rates and fees listed in their proposed tariff. And three, approval to implement a formula rate that referred to as Rate Stabilization and Equalization, or RSE. Eco-Preservation requested an effective date of June 1st, 2024 for these proposed tariff changes. On March 11th, 2024, finding that the requested tariff revisions required additional study and investigation, the Commission suspended Eco-Preservation's proposed tariff revisions for 180 days from the requested effective date of June 1st, 2024 to and through November 27th, 2024. The hearing was held on September 11th and 12th of 2024. The Office of the Attorney General and D.R. Horton, Inc., Birmingham filed motions to intervene prior to that first hearing that was in May of 2023 and participated in that hearing. After that hearing, on August 27th, 2024, the City of Lakeview and the Governmental Utilities Services Corporation of Lakeview filed a motion to intervene, and all of those interveners participated in the second hearing, which was held over 2 days on September 11th and 12th of 2024. And the parties also submitted limited post-hearing briefs. Based on the evidence, adjustments to the underlying basis for the proposed rates are necessary. The following areas require some adjustment. 1, the rate base. 2, return on equity. 3, several categories of expenses. And 4, the rate design itself. So I recommend the Commission deny Eco-Preservation Services LLC's request for rates as proposed. The Commission deny request for additional rate riders, deny the request for RSC, and I recommend that the Commission set sewer rates and fees with an effective date of December 1st, 2024 as follows. The commercial Class A customers, $83.86 per EDU per month, plus surcharges for excess pollutants. For the commercial Class B customers, $83.86 per EDU per month. And for the residential customers, $69.88 per month.
Yes. Yes.
That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Judge.
Thank you, Madam President. I have the last item on the Legal Division agenda dated October 30th, 2024. It is under docket 29512. It concerns the petition of MTC Long Distance INC to amend its existing certificate of public convenience and necessity, which authorizes the provision of telephone toll resale service in the state, to also permit the provision of alternative facilities-based and resold local exchange services as a competitive local exchange carrier. MTC also seeks designation as an ETC in Alabama. I recommend entry of an order granting MTC's petition to amend its existing certificate without an additional hearing and granting MTC's petition for designation as an ETC in Alabama.
So moved.
Second. Yes.
Yes.
And moving to the off-agenda item that was dated November 1, 2024, that is under docket 18148. That concerns Alabama Power Company's rate ECR, or energy cost recovery. On September 30, 2024, Energy Alabama filed a petition for reconsideration or alternatively rehearing of the Commission's order entered in docket 18148. That order dismissed Energy Alabama's petition to intervene in docket 18148. Alabama Power Company filed a response to Energy Alabama's petition on or about October 23rd, 2024, urging the Commission to deny Energy Alabama's petition for reconsideration and rehearing. Energy Alabama filed a motion to strike Alabama Power Company's response as untimely on October 30th, 2024. Then Alabama Power Company filed a response to Energy Alabama's motion to strike on October 31, 2024. The recommendation is for the entry of an order denying Energy Alabama's motion to strike Alabama Power Company's response and denying Energy Alabama's petition for reconsideration or alternatively rehearing of the Commission's August 30th, 2024 order entered in docket 18148.
So moved.
Second. Yes.
Yes.
The only remaining items I have for consideration are those reflected on the administrative agenda. I recommend approval of all those items.
So moved. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you, Madam President. That's all I have.
Thank you. Does anyone have any other new business to bring before the commission?
Go vote if you haven't.
With there being no more new business to bring before the commission, in closing, our next regularly scheduled commission meeting is December the 3rd of 2024. This is just a quick reminder. We stand adjourned. Thank you.